Okay, so if you're interested in photography or videography, then you've come to the right place. My name is Michael, you can call me Sean V, and you're watching the SV Lens. Stay tuned and enjoy. You're welcome back to my channel. You're watching the SV Lens. Please, if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the bell button to be notified whenever I upload a new video, and stay tuned and enjoy today's lesson. What are we talking about today? Okay, let's talk about compositions. Let's talk about how to compose your shots, how to use the rule of thirds to your advantage. What's the rule of thirds? This grid. Okay, this is called the grid, and it is used to compose your shots to be able to portray the right kind of information you want your viewers to know whenever you take a photo. So if you want people to pay attention to a specific thing in your picture, then you use the rule of thirds. Okay, right, I will explain into details, but before we do that, turn it on your cameras. If it's your professional camera, please navigate through the settings and find the grid, turn it on and have it on your screen. If you're using an iPhone, over here, go to your settings, find camera, look for grid and turn it on if you don't already have it on. And if you're using an Android, over there, turn on your camera first, go to settings, composition, and find photos and videos. Turn on the grid on both of them. Right, so now you have this on your screen. Let's talk about that. But before that, stay tuned. Right, you're welcome back. Let's talk about the rule of thirds. According to the rule of thirds, you need to be able to put your image on one of these intersections. Point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. Why? No, I don't know, but that's what they say. That is the rule. The rule says if you want people to pay attention to your shots, convey a specific message, or draw the attention to a specific point in your image, you put them on one of these dots. Right, simple. If you don't want it, you can put them anywhere in the boxes. Rules are meant to be broken, so go ahead, break them, be creative, and do whatever you want to do. But if you're more interested in compositioning and how to make your shots portray the exact thing that you want, then let's get over to this photo and I will explain it into details. Okay, wait, before we do that, let's talk more about the grid, okay? I don't know who made this rule, probably Picasso or Michelangelo or somebody like that. I don't know, and I do care about it because it can make your photo stand out. It can actually guide the eyes of your viewers or audience, whoever you show the photos to the specific things you want them to pay attention to. Now, if you want the subject to be the focal point, if you want your viewer or the person looking at your photo to see the specific thing you're trying to show them, then you can always center your subject right in the middle of the grid. Okay, you can keep their eyes on the top bar. Okay, that is for portraits. Keep them in the middle. People will not pay attention to the surroundings of the photo. But if you are very curious like me, then probably you might wander around a little bit. But usually people don't pay much attention to the surroundings of a picture that is taken in this format. Right, but then if there are more interesting things around the subject and you want people's attention, or you want people to go wandering around in the picture, then you can put one point of the intersections, that is one point of the grid, on the subject that you want to take a photo of. So there will be space either here or this side, depending on how you compose your shots. Now, this will help people to identify the subject and also wander around to see something that will catch their interest. So now, let's go back to the photo that I was talking about. Okay, so let's just assume you are very lazy. You don't like to compose your shots when you're taking your photos, or probably you were in a hurry so you could not compose your shots when you were taking the photo. Do not worry about it. You can still do this in post. That's when you're editing your photo. Do not worry about the editor you're going to use to compose the shots again, because any editor has this tool called the crop tool. It can help you to compose your shots after you've taken the photo. Simple tool in your photo editor on your phones, or any form of photo or video processing tool, whatever you use to edit your photos or your videos. It does not matter. Anyways, let me use these photos to illustrate what I'm talking about. This is a picture I took of my friend and her 2 sons. Actually, this is just one son in this photo. And if you look at this picture, when I turn on the crop tool, it will give me this grid, and when I tap it, you can see my subject is right in the middle of my grid. Yay! I used the rule of thirds when I was taking this photo because I'm not that lazy. Anyways, if assuming there was something interesting in the background and I wanted people to pay attention to it, then my focus would have been trying to place the intersection of one point of the grid in between her eyes, so that there will still be space around the subject to help guide people's eyes to the other surroundings of the same photo. But this particular picture, nothing interesting in the background, so I will just keep it centered and probably hit enter if I choose to keep them this way. Let's take a look at another picture to illustrate the same point. Now, in this picture, I wanted the boy in the background to show, but because he's not the focal point of my picture, he's blurred out. This is a different form of taking photos using the depth of field and whatever it is. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about composing your shots. Okay, so when I turn on the crop tool again, when I tap it, you can see, okay, wait. No. What did I do? Okay. Undo crop. Okay, yeah. All right, back. So, to the crop tool. When I click on the crop tool, you can see my point of intersections on the grid is positioned on my main subjects and the ones and the one in the background. That is the little boy. But since he's not really the focal point of my shot, but I still wanted you to focus on the entire photo, I place my grid, a point of my grid right on my subject that I was taking a photo of. To frame this picture perfectly, I can move my grid a little bit so that my intersection point will be right in the middle of the mother and son. This will help you to actually keep your focus on the subject itself, and your eyes will still wander around the picture and still see that there are certain things going on in the same picture. Now, can I center this picture too? Yes, I can, using the same crop tool, using the composition tool, which is the grid, to guide me do this. So what do? I make it a little smaller, move it over, make sure my points are right at the specific places that I need them to be. Make sure my grid points are on the eyes of the lady and the son, and I can just hit enter one time and the picture is centered. Now, whenever you center your picture like this, immediately you see your subject, it feels like she or he is looking at you, but they're really not looking at you. But it helps you to keep eye contact on the subject itself. Now, this way, consciously or unconsciously, you realize that you are engaged with the main subject in the center, and your eyes don't necessarily need to wander around the picture. Because when we compose this shot, we wanted the viewer's attention to be right on the subject, not the environment. Okay, so we can leave it like this if we so desire. Let's use another picture to illustrate it more. Okay, so this picture, if you look at this picture, you can tell it was taken in a portrait style, but still, crop tool, and when I click it, you can still see that my subject is in the middle. I don't get lazy when I'm taking my shots. But assuming we do not want the big brother to be in the shot, assuming we want to focus our sole attention on the mother and the little brother, all we have to do, reduce the grid, move it up, make sure it's centered on the eyes. I can still make it more smaller and position it well. Okay, right there for me is perfect. Okay, oh, I can even make it much smaller. Okay, eliminate the little brother. Keep my intersection point right at the sweet spot of the subject. Okay, and let it go, hit enter, and there you are. Oh, there you have it. The big brother, no more the focal point of the shot. He was never in the first place, but now your main attention is drawn to the lady with the little son. And this is how the composition tool will help you to compose your shots the right way. What did we learn today? The grid tool will help you to compose your shots perfectly. So you turn them on in your cameras or on your phone. Take your time, compose your shots, take the shots. Use these grid lines, place your subject on one of these 4 points, and have a more interesting composition in your photos. If you wish to break the rules, it's okay. Rules are meant to be broken. You can put them in any part of the boxes. All these 9 boxes, you can fit your subject in one of them. Be creative, do whatever you want to do. But if you want to control the contest of what people should see or what you want your audience to be more focused on, then use the rule of thirds by placing your subject on one of these 4 points. Thank you so much. My name is Michael and you've been watching SV Lens. This is one of my lessons. If you are interested in it, please hit the like button, and you can hit the subscribe button if you've not already subscribed, and also hit the bell button and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment, question or suggestion in the comment section and I will respond to you. Thank you so much. And this has been SV Lens. Bye for now. Take care.